Look who's in the house. Lucy is going to be reading for Jenn Lynn. So she's going to shuffle. She's got all her paws involved here.
She's going to pull cards.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
But only if I give her some treats. Happy 4th, everybody.
Do you have any kitty cat cookies for her, or you didn't do that?
I got treats down here in a tin. I can't leave the bags out because Roro grabs the bags and runs with them.
Yeah, anyone that's named Roro is going to create chaos.
Yeah, well, Bella also causes some problems, so I can't let her blame it all on Roro. I have a fruit fly problem in the house right now. Well, Bella likes to play with those little new potatoes. You know, I buy those little small potatoes all the time. Mm-hmm. And she pulls them out of the bag and knocks them under the stove in different places. And then the next thing you know, I got a fruit fly problem. It's like, okay, there's a potato rotting somewhere.
Wow.
So after this, I have to go hunt down the rotting potatoes that's somewhere in the house.
That's crazy. Rotten potato hunt. Hi, Jay. How you doing? And I just wanted to tell Pam and Square Peg, Prairie's here. My goodness. Allie P. Pam Doss. Pam, I answered your email. Check your spam folder. I answered it about 20 minutes before I came on with Jen.
Hey, Adam. I see Adam in the chat.
About class. Hi, Adam. All right. So where do you want to start?
Well, I'm going to start by lifting Lucy off the table. Hang on. Put her up behind me. Anywhere you want to start.
Okay. Let's start with something funny. We got a question about Mike Lindell. He's been quiet as a mouse. Now, which cat is that?
This is Skewy, little Johnny Fortescue.
Okay, Fortescue.
Fortescue.
All right,
get your butt out of the way. If I've been watching some of the Hallmark channels because they're running some of the Christmas movies in July, and there is commercial after commercial of him late at night liquidating everything, like his slippers. They're 75% off the original price, and they're way overpriced to begin with. It's like, oh my God, it's a pair of house shoes. But everything, his sheets, everything is in way down market. Can we look at his financial situation?
Yeah.
It looks to me like he's clearancing out a lot, like he's struggling.
Hey, there's Autumn from Black and Orange. All right, what's happening to his Mike Lindell? Is he broke? Broke?
Is he as broke as Rudy Tootie? Oh, now I got Lucy fur all over my face.
Oh, thank you, Patricia.
Well, the Emperor and Four Swords just fell out, so that's quiet as a tomb. Let's see why.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got lawsuits pending still with Smartmatic and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to get him. They're going to take him and they need to, you know. First card out is death for me. So he's already not doing good.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at his finances, and the only coin card I get is that they're out of balance.
Oh my goodness! Yep.
He's trying to work on saving his image here because his mouth has gotten him in trouble over and over and over again. Nostalgia. He is getting ready to get blown up in court and get the crap burdened out of him. So. I think he's going to have severe fines imposed on him through that court or yes, defamation. So what do you call it? Where they, instead of a sentence, it's
Oh, for damages.
Yeah, for damages.
Yeah.
He's
He's
gonna have to
yeah.
pay up a lot in court. So he's
going to. I agree. He's going to have to pay a lot. They're going to make him.
He doesn't
pay
have
a
much
lot.
money anymore. He's
No,
trying to figure out how to sneak around and get some money.
I got the 7 of Swords too, and he has taken as many loans as he can take. So he's really gone into debt. He's going to try to settle with Smartmatic, but I don't think that's going to work.
Mm-mm.
All right, so he can be quiet all he wants. All right, speaking of being quiet, Texas Governor Greg Abbott sent another bus filled with migrants, 11 of which were children. And he sent them to Los Angeles on this past Saturday. And that's the second busload in 6 weeks' time. And nothing out of Gavin Newsom. So I want to know if he's just being quiet. I want to know if Gavin Newsom is going to go after Gregg Abbott from Texas.
Like he's gone after Desantis.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Autumn. Autumn's recommending us for personal readings.
Thank you, Autumn.
Go to thewayofpositivechange.com to book with Lori or JenLynTarot.com to book with me.
Thank you.
I highly recommend Lori too. I've had a lot of friends that have had readings with her.
And Jenn reads for me when I get stuck. The other night, you and Johnny were both reading for me for the car.
We read in the after show for each other. Perk of the job, free readings.
Right? Well, it's, your own intuition sort of, you can look at things for yourself, but it's better to get another reader's fresh perspective.
Gavin Newsom, are you going to go after Gregg Abbott? I mean, the one plus is like the Satan and Abbott. I don't think they can run again, right? They've been governor twice. Isn't that the term limit on governor?
That is in Florida. He's done here, thank God, because I don't think anybody could live through it.
Another 4 years of him.
He's, oh God. It's just, my guides and angels have been telling me over and over and over to tell everybody, tell everybody it's going to get worse before it gets better. And boy, did it get worse. So we have to turn it around. Got to turn. But you guys did really good at asking all about the Supreme Court and turning things around. So you guys asked several questions about that Sunday night. So if anybody missed the Sunday night readings, and Mystery Achiever did the timestamp, so you can go and look at what you want at the questions that you want to look at. What did you get for Gavin going after him?
I get a yes. And I get he's gonna maybe go after him in a legal sense. He's gonna have cooperation for it. It's like, here's the devils, and he may have even separated some of the kids from the parents, like put the kids on the bus and the parents aren't there. There may be some sort of separation involved. Shipping them off to protect his own state, so to speak. I get Gavin's going to change and bully him right back. Give it to him as good as he gets. And all this sneaking of people around in America, this is my card for America, he is going to fight it. And he's going to fight it in the courts. Rather swiftly, too, because there's children involved. He's going to burden the crap out of him.
Wow. Yeah. We both got the 7 of Swords for Lindell and for Abbott. Of course, everybody knows that. And I honestly thought with the heat wave, I thought the ERCOT grid, I thought it was going to break before now. I thought it was going to break. But I think he's going to go after him for taking the people and not telling them where he abused his power and didn't tell him where he was sending them, and he's gonna get him on ethics, and there's gonna be a big fine, and I get yes too.
Yeah, it's interesting because all the people Desantis shipped up to Martha's Vineyard, they now get green cards because he committed a crime, and there's lawsuits involved now, so they all get green cards. So thank you, Desantis, because anybody that might have been illegal, that might have been shipped back, now gets to stay.
You have cat hair and I had a hair of my own in my eyes there. All right. Okay. So I want to ask a couple of serious questions here. Let's go ahead and get the serious ones out of the way. There's escalating violence between Israel and Palestinians in the West Bank. Is it going to get worse? And there was a car attack. A young Palestinian drove a car ramming into other people, and then there was some unaliving that took place. I think 8 people were unalived. And so I want to know, are they going to get a truce going? They usually can met out a truce, but
you got Netanyahu in there who's
So let's see
crap.
Yeah. So will we get what happens between Israel and the Palestinians? Will the violence get worse or not? Ooh, they're not talking. Okay. What do you think will happen?
I think as long as Netanyahu's in there, he's a warmonger and he wants to isolate them out. I think there's going to be more explosions and bombings and putting them in defense mode, sneak attacks, all that kind of stuff. I think it'll continue as long as he's in there.
Yeah, I get they're not talking, and he is all about greed, but there aren't any conversations going. Then I think there will be a period where it gets better. Maybe somebody else intervenes, but nobody sticks to it. It just goes right out the air.
I didn't have any cards of communication or agreements or anything, so they're not talking, to your point.
All right. And then the other serious one I wanted to ask, gosh darn it, it's not like, okay. The other serious one I wanted to ask is Turkey's Erdogan is making a demand about a specific type of group. He doesn't want a group of people that are miscreants or whatever, that he doesn't want the government of Sweden to harbor. And he says they're not doing enough, and he's blocking Sweden getting into NATO. Will Biden and the rest of NATO be able to successfully get Erdogan to change his mind? Will Sweden get into NATO in the next, 6-8 months?
I'm surprised they let Turkey in with Erdogan there.
Yeah.
Sweden get into NATO.
I don't think Erdogan's in good health.
All these nasty people in the world, they think they're going to live forever. It's like they're eventually all going to go. So quit being nasty.
Yeah, Erdogan, quit being nasty.
Putin and everybody else.
Yeah, he's doing this because of Putin, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Russia's behind Erdogan. It's going to take a little while. I get there is an agreement that's coming but it's going to take a while for everybody to come together, and come together in peace. So there's going to be a sudden change on this, and how they're looking at it, and I think it has to do with Erdogan, that they're looking at his sneaky betrayals and stuff.
Oh my gosh, you've gotten that.
Yeah.
That's sneaky peek for every single.
Because they're all a bunch of crap. So
they are.
They're gonna have to return to this for Sweden, and there's a lot of conversations going on in private too with this. So it could be like Biden and the UK and different people in NATO talking to Sweden. But I do think, this card of celebration, I do think they'll get it, but it might be 3 or 4 years out.
Wow, you think it's that long?
Yeah, because there's all this crap going on. This is my card for, or this one, sorry, for 3 to 4 years. And then it'll rather quickly go through. So it could be once Erdogan's gone.
Okay, I get the same thing, and that, behind the scenes, people don't understand what the communication is with Russia, and this is, he's trying to help his friend, and they're talking like you said, and there's problems and competitiveness and the verbal tennis going back and forth, but there's some sort of submission. So I don't think it's soon. But I'm seeing some sort of offer or agreement that they'll try to work on. A submission is the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to take because I think it's controlled right now, but then I think they get in. So I hope it's not as long as what you said, but that's interesting.
Can you imagine like some other country telling us who we can take in as immigrants? Right. Especially if they're refugees from another country that's war torn and stuff. That's
craziness.
It's like, Erdogan, get over yourself.
Okay. All right. So we wanted to ask about, there's the social media thing. This has grown into a huge cluster. You know what? Where's Becca? Because we need her for the F word. You guys cracked me up so bad Sunday.
I went on ran on that Sunday night.
She let him fly. So, all right. First of all, Twitter, Musk has capped how many tweets you can see, which you're experiencing, right? If you don't have the blue check, I'm not on Twitter.
If you're not paying the $8 a month or whatever it is.
And so how do you choose I think people are going to get mad. It made you mad, right?
It made me mad because I was like, well, do I get to, choose who I want to see if I'm limited to a certain number of tweets a day? And, if something happens like late at night, a lot of times I'm in there to see what people are saying about it when there's something that happens quick and sudden.
Right. Okay.
But, I may not be able to get in there to read anything because I'll be blocked and limited to my number of tweets per day.
Right. Wow. So with great timing with that, Zuckerberg, that's in charge of Meta and Instagram, has come up with a new app that's going to be available in like 3 days' time, and it's called Threads. So, of course, Elon Musk is mad about that, and so he's claiming he's going to come up with something. In the meantime, ex-CEO Jack Dorsey of Twitter, he has come up with Blue Sky. and you can apply to be on their waiting list, and they'll email you, and they'll take you on. They'll send you an email when you can join. So because it's a trial thing. Yes, Prairie, it's called Threads, and it's available in 3 days. And then there's Telegram, where most Republicans have gone. I do have a family channel on that, but I don't do like card of the day or whatever. Yeah. So I just wanted to ask about, and then Truth Social. Do you want to tell people what's going on with Truth Social?
Well, Truth Social, they got in trouble because of the SEC got involved investigating them. You know, they were trying to sell off to another company, but it was a pump and dump thing because they hadn't gone public on the stock market or anything yet. And so that company and everybody involved, you know, that company was being fined $18 million by the SEC, and their merger is blocked. And there's other investigations going on by DOJ and stuff. So there could be federal charges coming because that's illegal, pump and dump. Anyway, no one from Truth Social Org will sign off on the $18 million agreement because it's admitting guilt. They're saying, yes, we did that. And can we negotiate how much the fine is? And I forget the name of the other company that was buying them out. Anyway, it was like there was stuff coming out before True Social went public. Like we all heard about it. So it was definitely a pump and dump.
Okay, so let's just take a look at, let's start with True Social with that. So
if this company isn't allowed to buy them,
okay, so
they're
see
hurting financially. They got all kinds of investigations by the SEC and DOJ and.
All right, so what happens to True Social? Does it just crumble and fall?
Yeah, I have this thing. If I see the card on the bottom, I'll shuffle 3 more times because I don't like to see what card's on the bottom. I just got a glimpse of the Tower card. I keep shuffling if I catch that on the bottom.
I can't wait to see what you got. Yeah, Miss Lee. Digital World. Thank you, guys.
Digital World. Thank you. Yeah. I was like, it's something with the D. I couldn't think of the name of it. True Social's going down. You know, their agreement here, you know, they were bullies. They were doing pump and dump. And I feel like, you know, I've got judgment and illumination in my abundance card here, but there may be some Russian money behind all this that may come out. So they're going quiet. They're not making that much money. Everything is out of balance financially, and I just get ruined and given up. They may move on to something else.
Yeah, maybe some of their investors leave too. But I'm still seeing somebody, I think, from Russia trying to fix this. Someone's trying to lend a pump.
There's Russia money behind True Social. We know Trump doesn't have the money to do it.
No. And if he doesn't save this, he loses $300 million. But he's done that before, hasn't he?
I guarantee you he never put his own money into it. It was all somebody else's. He doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, MTG got empty pockets over it. She put a lot of money into it. And it went down. Stock went down. All right, let's take a look at speaking of Russia, who is behind Telegram. Let's see how is Telegram going to stay healthy? It's a lot of people have signed on to it even in the last year.
I didn't realize Russia was behind them.
Yeah, they're in charge of it.
Right there, you know it's going to be full of propaganda, so you know it's going to be all MAGA people.
It is all MAGA people. All my Facebook people that I love, that I mentored at the store. I've had a few come back and say thank you, and just because I'm not on here doesn't mean I don't think about you, or very nice messages, but they mostly have all gone to Telegram. So this is for Telegram. The future of Telegram. Will it last?
Yeah, they got a lot of money behind them. It looks to me like, and this is going to take some time, that they may be put in defense mode and have judgment passed on them for doing the same old, which is propaganda. Their messaging, is just to create conflict. So there may be an action taken against them by like the government, SEC or somebody. Yeah, they're going to end up in court if they want to continue.
Okay, I get that they start to, with the competition and opportunities to go to other places, I feel that they will lose, and they'll be begging for money. I got actually worse cards for Telegram than I did for Trump
Truth Social. Wow.
Because someone's going to try to save Truth Social. So it's probably going to be oligarch money, for anyone that didn't fall out of a window recently.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Right. So Telegram, yeah, because I got, all of this instability here. All right. So let's go ahead and switch over to Mark Zuckerberg. I wonder if he actually created this Threads himself.
Yeah, Threads.
We know what happened with Facebook.
I think, what's the guy's name? The former Twitter CEOs? What's the name?
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, what's the name of their site?
Blue Sky.
I get really strong vibes off that for some reason.
Okay, so let's ask. All right, we're going to ask about both. Let's look at Zuckerberg's Threads first. He tried to do his own crypto wallet, and with Libra and Calibra. The one was the wallet and one was the coin, and it crumbled. So they grilled him in Congress, and they just wouldn't let him do it. So let's see how he does with Threads.
Crypto, if they don't get some regulations on it, it's just a money laundering place. It's bad energy on it. And look how many people are awaiting trial or in jail or whatever for frauding people on crypto.
All right, so this is Mark Zuckerberg's Threads app. Will it be successful? I don't know if I'll try Threads because I'm already on Instagram and Facebook for my card of the day and sharing, But I think I might try Blue Sky. Let's see.
They're not going to get the wealth that, there's a little bit of illusion delusion thing here, and their messaging is a big problem. Big problems, fighting and stuff on it. They're going to get constricted somehow for a while. I think it may take, a year or two to take off, to grow and get enough supporters. I do get that there may be some Russian money behind this also. And that's a big problem. But this also tells me the site crashes a lot. Crashes, like it doesn't load right or something all the time.
Okay. I feel like they struggle at first, and I think you're right about there's a bunch of stuff we don't know. And what did Facebook get? And what was the name of the company that took the data? Was two
doing
names.
the data mining and stuff.
Yeah. And so so they have problems. I don't think they do as well. And there may be some legal stuff that they have to jump through. I mean, they're trying to hang on there. So they got a meh from me. Yeah, Cambridge Analytica. What will we do without everybody answering our question?
Yeah, what's their name? The Mercers behind that Cambridge Analytica. And Steve Bannon.
All right, one more. Let's go ahead and look at Blue Sky. And Dr. Nancy said, "Oh, Dorsey's right wing," but I don't know. I think people might give it a try since he did Twitter. Let's see if the cards are completely different from our feelings. But I think that's the one I'm going to try.
I mean, they're all right wing. I mean, Zuckerberg was in Trump's White House going to visit him, several times. So come on, they're all right wing.
Right. Okay, so let's take a look at Blue Sky. Jack Dorsey's Blue Sky.
Yeah, they're always complaining about George Soros, but you don't see George Soros doing social media platforms. We need somebody on the left to do a social media platform.
Yeah. And he's probably not as bad as Musk, or Musk wouldn't have thrown him out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not standing upright either. Spoutability. I've never even heard of that one. What's your
it may take them a year to get enough subscribers, to get the plan off the ground. So, the way they're kind of limiting, and delaying people from joining, like being on the waiting list. Oh, here, just wait. A lot of people, don't want to do that. So it's interesting. I get there may be some Russian money behind that too, like advertisers or something. But there's like a restart on it, like a relaunch, because they're not getting enough people coming over there, and they like shut it down. There's all kinds of problems, and reconfigure how it's structured, and then people start seeking them out. Then they'll start to grow.
Okay, that's sort of what I got here too.
I'm getting it may take like a year with that Ace of Swords. They will make money up, but just pull one more card.
Oh, thanks, me, myself, and I. That's very sweet of you. All right, so did we look at the overall future of Twitter? I think we left that one out, didn't we? Or did we read on it? We did Truth Social, Telegram, Threads.
No, we started with Twitter because we were looking at now that they're limiting how many texts. I don't know. No, I don't think we did throw cards on it though. Let's
just go ahead and look at Twitter now. That we were talking about them. We were talking about them limiting. Telegram got they're okay, Diva. Okay. All right, Twitter. How does Twitter do?
Death card on the bottom. Oops. Change. Thank you, Foggy.
Thank you, Foggy. Where did...
He took this strong business that had a lot of people on there, a lot of people loving it, and you just messed it up. You're going to regret that.
Ooh.
Elon, bullying around, trying to put forward the way, if you're a celebrity, get your blue check mark or whatever. He's delusional. He's going to make less and less money till he runs it in the ground.
People are mad.
It's corrupt. It's all corrupt. It's all him. People are moving away from him when they got other options.
Yeah, people are mad. They don't like it. And they don't want another fee either. They don't want another fee. Who wants another fee right now? For heaven's sakes, they were suggesting, like, don't make a meatless July 4th. I'm like, what?
Well, he's like, let me charge you a fee so you can read all these right-wing, he's not stopping the conspiracy theorists and the lies that are on there.
Yeah, and there's people on there that just want to attack, that are just very aggressive.
Yeah, including our Republican Congress people that are on there still stoking the big lie.
Oh, boy. Okay, so people want to ask, all right, one more. They're saying, please ask about spoutability.
About what?
It's another platform called Spoutability. It's run by a Democratic businessman.
Spoutability.
Am I saying that right, you guys? I've got a spoutable. Spoutable, Robin is saying. Spoutable.
I have to look for that one if that's more left wing.
That's what they're saying. Quite a few people mentioned it in the chat. Spoutable. Maybe that one will grow.
Ooh, that's strong. Truth. More truthful. They get a lot of supporters.
Yeah. Takes a while to get there, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. And that could be, again, a 1-year card. Takes a little while. Yeah, this is my card for open and honest people because she's the only queen straight on, right? She's not in profile. She's open and approachable. This is like those people will seek this out. So friends coming together, I get good news and celebration, a lot of supporters coming over, and I get they ultimately make money. But it may take a little while to they're gonna have to watch for trolls coming on there with their crap.
Yeah, there's some, not everything's all great, so we'll just have to pick and choose. So I'm surprised that Telegram got okay. Someone's going to try to save Truth Social, which is very sad. And so we'll just look to see where where you feel good. But I get more people, about 90% of the people said Spoutable is very nice. There's nice people on it. A couple people say it's no good. But that's like, when 10 people go to the same doctor, 1 or 2 of them are going to say no.
Every time you go to something new, you have to get used to the platform and how it works and stuff. TikTok's different from Instagram. And it's like, how many times do I have to learn how somebody's app works?
And I totally forgot to ask you at the beginning, what do you have coming up? Or do you have any other collaborations coming up? Anything you wanted to announce about your channel?
Nothing really. Sunday nights, always at 8 Eastern time. We'll be on Johnny's channel this coming week. And getting ready to go to Portland, Oregon. So I'm going to meet Becca and Johnny in person for the first time. We have never all three been together.
In Portland, you're going.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So We'll try to go live sometime that week. It's the week of the 17th through the 22nd. I'm trying to get organized to do a seminar for healing energy work, but I don't have the details worked out yet.
Yeah, and I'd like to know, I would like to come do something there. I love doing healing work.
Yeah. That's part of why I'm going, because there's a place in Portland that I'll be checking out to see if we can pull it off.
Okay, great. All right, super. And I just want to remind, I had a couple more people ask today that the 8-week Tarot course starts this Thursday. And there's 8 classes, Thursdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. The cost is $105. You can email me. That's about $13 per class. It's all recorded. It's on a Zoom format. So you get to keep the classes. You'll know how to read for yourself and for other friends when we're done. You can email me at thewayofpositivechange.com if you want to register, and I'll send you the information. But we are starting this Thursday, day after tomorrow. All right, that's what I got.
Awesome.
All right.
Lori's a great teacher.
Oh, thank you. I think
when I do personal readings, people tell me, "Oh, I'm taking Lori's class. Oh, I'm taking Johnny's." Like, I hear all about what people are doing.
And I took Johnny's class, and he took my class. So we helped each other. So that's really good. Oh, and that reminds me, if you already took my class and you want to just join us for the camaraderie, or you want to go through the class, and then you can do it at half price, which is $55. And then also, if you need to make payments, you can make 4 payments if you want to make payments.
Nice. If you just want to practice again, that's a great refresher course. Yeah, when you're learning tarot, just the FYI for people out there that are interested, it's not a quick, I got it. It takes a while to see how the cards work together and to see the story and everything, and to remember what each card represents, and then trying to figure out what it means, how they connect and what the story is. So practice is always good. If you have taken the class once, I would highly recommend taking it a second time just to get more practice in.
Thanks. Yeah, and we really focus on the Celtic cross spread and answering yes or no questions and how to phrase the question. Because so many people ask, should I do this? And it's like, don't use that word. Don't use it. To rephrase it. So it's really, I think it's really helpful.
Yeah.
So
yes, no's are a little harder. It's like more of what'll happen with this. Leave it a little more open-ended for tarot, I think.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because no might be a yes, but because it's hard to see timing, it might be way out.
Yeah, so we got to work on that phrasing the question, and then you can always do a follow-up question.
Yeah, and you can always put a timing on, over the next year, over the next 6 months, put a time limit on it. That helps focus it down. All
right. Okay, so are we done with the serious stuff? Oh, you wanted to ask a Melania question.
Oh, yeah. Letitia James has subpoenaed to get Melania's emails and text messages, which signals to me she had probable cause. Like something came up that she expects to find in Melania's emails and text messages. So can we ask what she's looking for? Were they hiding money off in Melania's name, or opening LLCs up in her name or something and hiding stuff, or putting properties in her name, or what gives? What's Letitia looking for?
What is Letitia looking for in Melania's emails?
Because Melania hadn't been dragged into anything yet until this. It's like, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, and this was actually our card of the day today, but it came flying out of the deck. So it's, who did she take money? Who did she receive from? Who did she give to? Yep.
That's my money laundering card, actually. Ooh, something's been lied about with the money. With the money, it's coming up in the court cases. Something about securing their lifestyle. Securing their money, hiding their money, so dumping it in Melania. Using her as a support place. There's details coming out about this, and I think money was moved to her. They've got questions, Lucy. That maybe even something moved overseas, but there's all kinds of sneaky stuff around Melania's money.
Yeah.
Oh, and maybe real estate that was burdened, putting that, down valuing it through Melania.
And I think she's saving money for when she splits. Yeah, and she did. There's self-enrichment here. There was some sort of product that she launched. Remember when she did those hats, the hat sale, the crypto, the NFTs hats?
Yeah. And the picture of her eyes, Melania's eyes, remember that?
No, I don't know anything about that.
That was what is it?
An NFT?
NFT, thank you.
Wow.
Like Trump has those cards, where he looks like a superhero. There were pictures of Melania. They tried the NFTs first in Melania's name.
Yeah, and there could be something here about EPs. Grooming EPs. There could be something there. But she definitely had self-enrichment. And I think she took money from
Trump org.
Yeah.
Oh, in Russia, maybe?
Yeah. I think, well, the money could have originated there and then
laundered through her.
Yeah. She'll talk though. When she's cornered, I think she'll squeal. Like a little piglet.
A little piglet that used to be a porn star.
Right.
Model. Okay. Model. To use the air quotes like Don Jr. does.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So right before we came on, I heard that the FAA just approved, literally just approved, the company called Alef Automotive, ALEF, and they make flying cars. And the car that is coming out is called a Model A, like our old Model A's. And it'll be available. You can pre-order them, Jen, so you can sign up as soon as we're done here.
I wonder if they have a little sidecar for my cats.
I'm sure they do. Okay, so they're $300,000 per car. Flying Cars. It's a California startup company, and you can pre-order. And I forget I didn't write down how far they fly, but you can look it up. You can.
I think you said 100 or 110 miles or something.
Something like that. So let's see. Is this going to be a disaster? Is it going to be a Jetsons traffic jam, or is it going to be easy to do? I mean, the FAA just approved it. So how would I can't. But then I can
have little helipads at office buildings so you can land your car and then fold up the wings and drive into the garage to store it for the day.
All right. Listen, that's 2025. That's soon.
Who would have thought in the 1960s when we were watching George and Judy Jetson that we would have flying cars in our lifetime?
I knew that we would have the self-driving cars. So, but let's see. The Model A's for the flying cars of Alec Automotive. Will it be successful?
Yeah, 300,000 is not bad. When you think about, what a Tesla is, 80,000 or something like that for a flying car. And once they go into more mass production, the price will come down.
Yeah.
I love that you said they are calling it Model A, like after the Model A Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane Jetson. Sorry, not Judy. Judy's the daughter.
Yeah. Daughter Judy.
And Elroy, the son.
Oh my gosh. I mean, how are they going to make zones? Like,
yeah, like lanes to drive in. Like, how do you keep from hitting each other when you're up in the air?
they're working on it.
And what happens if you live close to an airport? You got to like watch out for commercial traffic, right? They're going to be very successful. I'm getting all great cards on them. People will watch to see how the government, like the federal transportation division, monitors that, because this is new. So everybody's going to be talking about it. But they sell a lot rather quickly. A lot of people coming together over this celebrations. It's going to get a lot of attention. People are just going to look to see how they agree to protect people. So we're not crashing into each other up in the air. But there'll be new startups coming out of this. So they'll have a Model T, a Model Z, whatever. They're going to have more coming out of it, and there'll be more companies doing the same thing. But they get a lot of support.
Wow. Yeah. I too get there's going to be these offshoots, and that they'll just keep making and trying to make it better and better. And it's a lot of work. It's a complete change from what we're used to. And it's a bit wobbly, but they're climbing the mountain. They're gonna get up there. So, and we knew it would happen. I mean, we could see it was going to happen. So I think they make it.
Yep. Can we ask? Yeah, because we're just now, not everybody has a hybrid or electric car or solar car or whatever. And this is coming along. But can we ask, within 20 years, will this be very common for everyone to have a flying car?
Well, then what happens? Do we just forget the auto self-drive? What's the name for the auto driving? The autonomous. So what happens to those? Is anyone going to stay?
Is anybody going to drive around on the ground?
Yeah, is anyone going to drive?
Somebody like me that drives 1 mile a week to my guitar lesson and 1 mile back home and gets her groceries while she's there. Yeah, I drive literally 2 miles a week unless I'm going to the dentist. Somebody like me would probably keep my ground transportation because it's not worth flying 1 mile up the road, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but then we're going to think bigger, and then, it would be very easy for you to see Becca and Johnny much more quickly, right?
If they get to where they got a long, you can do a longer flight, yeah.
Yeah, or you just have to go down and refuel or reboot or...
Every 100 miles on a 3,000-mile trip? No, thank you.
Or do they have little intermediary ramps where you get off and fill up with whatever you need to fill up with and go? Oh my God.
Yeah, like the charging stations now.
Sorry, yeah.
It takes a while to charge an electric car.
So in 20 years, is everybody going to be doing this?
Is everybody doing this in 20 years? Everybody flying around? be a lot easier on our road upkeep, right? And bridges and everything. Like, who needs a bridge or a road?
Will everybody just be flying around? I can't wait to see what you get.
I'm getting families, so when you got the kids and everything, like, they'll kind of cling to the automobiles, cling to the land thing if you got a lot of people. So these airborne, I don't know if they seat one or two people or whatever until they get to where you can get the whole family in. But I get the sales are steady and they get a lot of support and they're celebrated. So I get it'll common. Yeah, like you could look outside and see somebody in it, but it's until they get it to where it's family sized, it won't be at every house. If that makes sense.
We see you, GM Dave. We are going to ask that question at the end. Okay, so yes, I get that it's just going to be it's just there's so many changes and there's so many options, and that there'll be competition for the autonomous and the regular flights. I mean, and then we forget the bullet trains, and there's just going to be we have to make a choice of all these things. It depends on what you like. Some people don't like to fly.
I mean, we don't even have all of our electric cables underground yet. So can you imagine people like taking off in their driveway and knocking down a power line and stuff? How many accidents there'll be?
Wow. Yeah, but I feel like they're going to work on it, and that there will get. If you want to do this, you'll be able to do it. That's what I'm getting, and they're going to keep trying to improve it. And then we could be living on other planets,
Yeah.
Other places, and then you could live on. If you have a flying car, you can do your own little island. Okay, Tana, and thank you for everybody that posted in the community page. We went so fast, I didn't give credit to every person who asked the question, so you know who you are. Thank you so much. Tana wants to know, will the gas prices come down even more?
They're going to lower interest rates, and that's going to, where the housing market went on this huge boom and now it's a little bit soft. The interest rates went too high because they were trying to control inflation. But I keep getting towards the end of the year into 2024, the interest rates come down a little bit on mortgages. So if anybody's thinking about buying or selling, watch for that. That might be a good time to buy.
All right.
And easier to sell.
What about our regular gasoline
prices? Because we got Saudi Arabia over there saying that they're not going to work with us. So that tells me they're going to jack up the gas prices, and with OPEC, they slow down production, so it makes the gas prices go up.
Yeah, and the Saudis,
they're hand in hand with Putin on that.
Yeah, so I forget when I read on this last, or if I all in all just had a negative feeling about it. Yeah, there's strict. Look at Sneaky Pete still in there.
I think they're going to hold kind of where they're at. I don't think they're going to come down. They're kind of stuck there because of what's going on with Russia attacking Ukraine. has a lot to do with it. But I get the White House may offer something on cars. Like they're already doing rebates on electric cars and hybrids and stuff. They may offer something else on automobiles, on transportation, that helps everybody. So,
and tax incentives.
yeah, so there's something the White House is going to do about this. So it's specifically Biden, because I'm not getting the government like Congress. I'm getting the White House, like he does something in his administration to help out.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with something, because I think they've already gotten, I mean, when you get these three together, and we already know that Russia is manipulating and working with for entertainment purposes only, Saudis and Jareds and the deals that they've done, this isn't a good sign. So I don't think so, but hopefully, like you said, I feel like if anybody can come up with some roundabout ways, Biden can, and his administration can do it. We've got to. It's like when that reporter actually called the guy whose name they were using in that Supreme Court case, saying he wanted a website when he was a web designer himself and that he was gay and he was married. Like, they're going to find ways to go around that. That was one of the great things you guys read on Sunday. If you guys didn't see Sunday's questions, that's time-stamped, go back and look through them. They're really good. It was really everything about the Supreme Court you guys read them. All right. And you wanted to ask that question about what else did you want to look at?
Our closing question, or have you got another one you want to look at before that one? Over the White House? What?
Yeah. What about, this is a good one. What will happen with the office buildings and the empty, okay, a couple people are asking this. Hey, there's Becca.
Hey, Becca.
Happy 4th of July. Will they start turning the empty office buildings and commercial real estate into housing units? I think they will, but let's just look to see. Because I saw that they were doing, the remodels are really expensive, but I think they're going to do it.
A lot of companies are going to use them as losses on their tax write-offs, so like it'll benefit them. So my heart doesn't bleed for them. I come from a retail background, and like the guy that owns Sears Kmart, he bought them to, basically rape and pillage the good real estate, and just undermined everything else with them. So I think they'll sell it off to developers, and make some money on it, but they'll also use them as tax write-offs for the losses of the value of the building, so to speak. We'll see a slow transition with this. We'll see things start to change, but could be family housing, loft style apartments, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't get that it's real quick either. Mm-mm. And it's going to be literally wherever the money is, however they can get the money. So, but I do think they'll have some success with this. And then I wanted to ask about little houses, the
tiny homes. Houses.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to build more of those, because go ahead.
I could see myself living in a tiny home in like 5 to 10 years. Like right now I've got too much stuff I'd have to get rid of, so I got to work on downsizing. But I look at the space I live in my home. I live here in the den, my kitchen, and the bathroom, and I go to bed at nighttime and stuff. That's like I can deal with a tiny bedroom. I don't need a big den. I don't need a big kitchen. And as long as I got a nice soaker tub, I'm set. So I could totally see shifting and living in a tiny home somewhere down the road. Okay. I love them. I love watching the videos about them and the different ways they design them. And, the people with cats, like they always build the catwalks in them so they have places to walk around.
Yeah. That's cool. So let's see if they're going to build more of those.
And there's some places that have them for underprivileged housing. Like they're getting more and more communities together where people are just trying to get back on their feet financially.
Yeah, and vets too. Mm-hmm. Vets should come first.
A lot of people don't like them moving into their area because it brings property values down. So that's the problem is like, finding the land to put a tiny home on.
Yeah. So
or being in a tiny home community.
A community. Yeah.
The neighbors don't like it. They get anxious about that.
Well, they'll just have to get anxious then, because it's happening.
It's going to continue to be strong, successful. It's a lifestyle. They're not going away anytime soon. They're going to get prettier and prettier, and it's a big business.
Yep.
So people are going to have to learn to work together on this, because a lot of people are trying to block them in their communities.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a huge success. They're doing one not too far from me, too. And they're doing a big, I just get big yeses for this.
Yeah.
That's probably the most affirmative yes I've gotten on any question today.
We've gone to this, McMansion phase where people have 4,000, 5,000 square foot homes. And then you stop and think about it and you live in, 800 square feet of it. Like there are rooms you never go into and stuff. So.
Right.
I think they're going to get stronger too.
Yeah, that's great. And they're doing there's a huge RV park, really fancy RV park going in here too. And the newest thing is like these fancy car garages, like play garages for guys, or girls, whoever likes to fool with their cars, and they're 2-story and they have a bar in there and they have dancing and they have rock concerts and fundraisers. And it's like this whole, there's a big storage place. Like it's called Big Toys or Man Caves. It's like they're popping up all over the place. They're like they start at 200,000 a pop, So it's crazy. So I thought to myself, that's just the men that have those. They just want to do their cars and get away from their wives.
Yes, they want somewhere where they can go drink their beer and watch their sports, or listen to their ball games and work on cars.
Yeah, like remember when we used garages for that? It's a big deal. Okay. All right. I also wanted to take a look because there's just been so much crazy weather. Lisa Foster, we need she sheds. Like that would just be another place to drive to, right, Jen?
Unless you put it in your backyard.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's what they'll use some of these buildings for, corporations and stuff that are no longer need them. Start just creating a whole bunch of she sheds. And make sure you have a good massage therapist there.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. So let's just see if the weather is going to calm down. Like, did you have, I think my old neighborhood in Illinois, I used to live in Park Forest. I went to Rich South High School for all the way up through my first year in high school. And some areas there had some flooding, I guess. It came down really fast. And
we had like incredible drought for like 3 weeks, like maybe a sprinkle, maybe. Just dry as a bone. And then all of a sudden Saturday, it like we got a little bit of rain, and then next thing I knew, it was just like torrential downpour, and we needed that. But the ground was so dry, it was running off the ground. It wasn't soaking in, it was running off. So they did have some flooding in the areas. Now, where I live, I don't have flooding at my side of the neighborhood. I'm up on a little bit of a rise, but at the other end of the street, they have the flooding. It gets in their basements and stuff. But yeah, we needed it because we were getting that haze from the Canadian wildfires, and it was hard to breathe when you went outside. It was just Wow. So what's our question on weather?
Yeah, thank you, Murch. That's very sweet of you. Is the weather going to calm down? It's been so bizarre. You know, I kept getting that there was going to be some sort of seismic activity just off the coast from where California meets Oregon. Mm-hmm. But let's just see. Is the weather going to? Of course, that's not really weather. That's an earthquake. They're
saying it could be a rough year for hurricanes this year too. But like while I was in a drought down south, they were getting major storms and the tornadoes and all that. And it was all south of me. It was like we got no rain, and they were just getting these severe storms down in Arkansas and Tennessee, and even over in Texas, they were having tornadoes. So it's like one extreme to the other. Yeah. And I read for and have quite a few friends in Colorado, and their weather has been super crazy. So let's just see, is the weather going to calm down, or is it going to get crazier? Yeah, pinnacles for me are of the earth, so like earthquakes, right? As opposed to, I mean, weather's all of the earth, but for me, that's like ground related. I'm getting earthquakes. I'm getting all pinnacles, earthquakes. There may be a little bit of flooding somewhere on the coast. I'm getting some cups cards returning, like the mountains in California where they had all that snow and it's melting off and it's causing flooding. It's like that. Like that will continue. That kind of flooding, but I'm getting earthquakes.
Okay, and I'm just getting that it's not going to get better. I just got, and I got, people just aren't paying attention to the changes that are happening. That's uncomfortable to talk about. I get that there's some things that happen at nighttime when people are sleeping that just isn't going to be good, unfortunately. And it's almost like there's going to be people that need help. We're going to have to get with help and people, and I just don't think doesn't look so great. So I just had to ask that stupid question. So, all right, let's lighten it up.
I tend not to read on the weather because, there's going to be hurricanes. There's going to be tornadoes. There's going to be earthquakes. So take it with a grain of salt, guys. There's always weather.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like with what where was I when I got that flash? Was I in the shower? I don't remember if I was driving seems like I always get hits in the shower or when I'm driving my car. It's like when I have to focus on something else, then it goes.
The flashes come in. Yeah.
But I didn't feel like it was terrible, or I didn't feel like that, but we'll see. All right. So now we're going to ask about the, powdery substance that was
they found powdery stuff in the White House in the West Wing, and they actually evacuated the West Wing for a little bit. After testing it, it tested positive for cocaine. So my question is, because, poor Hunter Biden, he's a recovering addict and everything. Was somebody trying to plant that in Biden's West Wing maliciously, or does somebody else have a problem and
they were
careless with their stash? Or is it left over from Don Jr.? Good point, Foggy.
I would hope that would have been cleaned by now.
Well, or left over from Trump. Mr. Sniffy himself. So what's the origin? What's the origin of this white powder?
Was it to set up what? Because wasn't Hunter just there for a celebration of something?
One of the granddaughters got married there, so he was there, I think, for that wedding.
And then for another
same weekend, Tiffany got married at Mar-a-Lago. That was last summer, I think.
Yeah, but then he was there recently for something. I forget what it was, but they'll tell me.
I don't get it's from Hunter.
He was in the White House, but not the West Wing. Well, so all right, we're gonna see what happens.
This is in the West Wing because they actually evacuated because they didn't know if it was what's the white powder they put in mail at one time that was dangerous, like anthrax and ricin, I think it is.
Yeah. Beth Cat says Hunter was there this week before the family left for Delaware. I thought he was there. I forget what he was there for, but I knew he was there. And then he went to Camp David with Biden for a day or so. I don't know. Look, and I got my sniffy card with the snow in the background. That's always a big sign for me. I'm very interested to see what you get with this.
I'm getting it's been there a long time. It wasn't just like suddenly there. From some family that like to have a good time, like to get a quick high. I don't think when they investigate, I don't think they'll ever figure out like exactly where it came from. But I get it's been there a long time.
I hope they get somebody's fingerprints. I didn't get foul play.
Yeah, I mean, if they got fingerprints, like if Trump's fingerprints were around, well, he worked in the White House, so
right, exactly.
I mean, you can't fingerprint a powder, right? So
no, but if it's in a baggie,
yeah, if they can get fingerprints off the baggie or something,
a pipe. But I think this was someone's stash, and
and somebody did it daily,
and somebody's like, "Damn, I knew I left that somewhere."
Somebody's a user. But I don't get it's connected to
I think
Biden.
They forgot where they put it, or they got high and didn't realize that they left it. Or
it's been there a long time.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I hope you have thank you so much for joining me on 4th of July. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the super chats. And Patricia.
Lori and I always try to go live on holidays. So I guess the next one's Labor Day, right, Lori?
It is. It is.
We alternate, like we were on my channel at Christmas, and we try to alternate and do stuff if we're both around and in town on holidays. So if you don't have plans Labor Day, come over on my channel.
All right. I would love to. Okay. And everybody, tell people how to get a hold of you for your readings again.
And please subscribe to Lori. We got to get her over 10,000 so she can do fundraisers and stuff. She's so close.
Thank you.
She's
I
so
only
close
need
to
40.
10,000 subscribers.
Like as of this morning, I only need 40 more people because you have to have 10,000 in order to make the money, link the link, and make it go straight to them. You know, so
Yeah.
you don't have to claim it on your taxes or anything. People are like, "What's so big about 10,000?" I'm like, because I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, because before they had that I did a fundraiser on my channel, and I had to pay the taxes on it because it was done through super chats, and oh my god, that was a pain in the butt. So then, like shortly thereafter, they lowered it from 40,000 subscribers to 10, so we could get the donate button, and it goes straight to the charity, and you don't have to report it on income and figure out the taxes and all that.
Yeah, there's no intermediary or anything. It goes. So
straight in.
Thank you. Yeah. So if you want to have a reading with Jenn Lynn, she has openings, and it's JennLynnTarot.com.
I got openings in August because I'm taking a week off in July. July's pretty much booked up.
All right, and I read every day, so I mean it's what I do for a living. So I have openings all the time. So just go to thewayofpositivechange.com, and you will find a day and a time that suits you.
And come with questions. Lori's good; she can throw cards fast. So come with your questions.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we'll go watch the fireworks and
be safe.
Yep, be safe. Take care, and thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Lucky Girl and Patricia.